and MFL. Today we're going to talk about medical records. Everybody has one, right? Good. And who has worked at medical records before? Like anyone? Okay.
Well, to be fair, they're not even making medical records anymore, if you guys didn't know that. So they stopped making records about 4 to 6 months ago in boot camp because of Genesis. So a lot of your new sailors that you're going to be coming to your command, the only record they're probably going to be bringing with them is their dental record. So they're basically relying everything on Genesis. Especially you shipboard people, you're going to have a lot more work when your sailors check in because you're going to have to recreate that shit from scratch and have to hope that they bring everything they have from Genesis so that they have a full-on record. I'm just letting y'all know that. That's the new change. It's obviously for studying purposes, we're studying these chapters, but they're no longer making physical medical records.
Are they getting rid of the go-to record too?
I don't know. It seems like they're not on board yet because dental records can still keep traveling with their individuals. But I think it's probably not going to because dental is in a separate system. It's not in Genesis. It's in CDA, which I even think is a newer system now. So right now, just medical and dental are separate with the record system. So what?
Dentrix?
Okay. Yeah, I haven't been in a clinic in a minute. I didn't know they switched over yet, but on the ships they still use CDA and then Dentrix on the shore commands for dental.
So when it comes to American records, we have two types. We have primary records and we have secondary records. So with primary records, we have the H record, the O record, and the I record. So with H records, when you are an active duty, all your medical records go into H records. And with the O record is when you are a dependent or you have retired. Your stuff is called an O record. And for I record means when you are an inpatient. All your records, they put it in I records whenever you are inpatient. Whenever you are discharged, based on whether you are active or you are dependent or ordinary, your I record will go back into your H or O records. And when we come to secondary records, so with that one, they do it for convenience sake, and that one is temporary. For example, if you are pregnant, they will create a medical record for you, and as soon as I'm done with birth and everything, it's gonna go back into your H or your O record. So the difference is with the secondary records is temporary. It's temporary, and with the primary, that one is forever.
An easy way to remember that too is just ancillary records are going to be ancillary services. So what are ancillary services that you have in a clinic? Lab or any other thing that's not primary care. So any of those specialty cares that you get are going to have those temp records.
So I see this question a lot. Who owns the medical records in MTF? If you are in a command, your CO owns the medical records. You can have a copy. You can ask for a copy. You as a patient, but your CO owns it. And whenever you have your medical records, we have a portion which we fill with I cancel. Like anybody tell me why we fill those portions with I cancel?
Because it changes.
Because it changes. So some of the stuff that can change on your records. That you need to fill with a pencil. What are they? What?
Address,
Command, address, your rank, the phone number, yeah, all this stuff can change. So that's why like we fill them with pencils. Now, the Naval Reserve Personnel Center, New Orleans, is the H records center for inactive reserve personnel and is responsible for records preparation and maintenance. So whenever you retire from the military, they send all your records to NRPC. They keep all our records whenever you are out.
How long do they have to keep those records?
Forever.
Forever?
Yep. But you as a, you yourself can ask for a copy of it.
The only time the time frame goes into play is how long they have until they have to send it off to these areas. And it's going to come up, I think, if not in this PowerPoint, it's going to come in chapter 16, but they have a certain amount of days that they have to send these records off to the record center in St. Louis.
And so one of the things that also comes a lot in the text is this family member prefix. So in on all your records, they have a 2-digit number that will begin with your that will identify the record. So if you are an active duty, your number will begin with 220. And if you are a dependent, if you are a spouse, your number will be from 30 to 39.
So I have a ditty to help, not ditty, I have a way to remember this. It's going to sound kind of corny. I do it in precedence of importance of these people to me, right? So, first people that are going to be important to me are my kids. So you got 01 through 19. After that should be your yourself. Make sure yourself is all right. And then you got your wife from 30 to 39. After that, your mother, then your father, and then of course mother-in-law, father-in-law, and then authorized dependents, civilian employees, and all others. I know some people might have their dad that's more important than their mother, but if I think of importance to me, I say that because the questions that are going to be on the test are usually going to be these groups right here. These groups right here. They love to ask these ones. They already know you're going to know what a freaking active duty person is. Yeah. And all these other ones. They want to know if you know the meat and potatoes. So if you know mother, father, mother-in-law, father-in-law, it'll help you keep that precedent so that you're not mixing up those numbers.
What's the foreign military?
Foreign military is all others.
I'm not one who fall under all.
But I think you're also talking about the priority. So foreign military, you've seen the word foreign military is in the priority where they have 1A, 1B, and foreign I think is the last one, if I'm not mistaken.
So, for example, with this, if you have a spouse, your first spouse, your first spouse preference is going to be a 30. If you divorce and you marry again, the second one is going to get a 31 because the 30 has been taken up already. So once that number is assigned to one person, they will not take it back. So if you divorce again and you marry again, that person is going to get a 32. So bear that one in mind, because at times they will ask you what will be the preference number for your third spouse. So even though your spouse is from 30 the attack was it's going to be a 32, so bear that one in mind. Okay, so now preparing the medical records. We have part 1, part 2, part 3, and part 4. So with the part 1, as we talked earlier, the part 1 is done in pencils, and it includes your when you arrive at the command, your PID, your home address, your phone number, your command, and your command's phone number. And the part 2 is the signed DD 205. That is your Privacy Act, your Privacy Act statement. So whenever they create a new record for you, you have to sign that portion. That the part 2 is your Privacy Act statement, and the part 3 is the disclosure and accounting reports.
I don't want you guys to get confused what you do on the daily, because I know there's also another Privacy Act sticker you guys put on the back of the records, which I think is 2013 or 2012. Just don't confuse that with the original Privacy Act DD 2005.
So how do we file our America records to make sure it doesn't get a mess up, and also to help with easy retrieval. The Navy use what they call terminal filing system. That's what they use to file our America records. So with that one, and they'll use your last part one associate to determine what color your medical record is gonna be. So this is what they have. They have 0 as orange, 1 as green, 2 as yellow, 3 as gray, 4 as tan, blue as 5 as blue, 6 as white, 7 as almond, pink as 8, red as 9.
Tan is not brown, by the way. So I know people confuse that. Almond is going to be the one that is closest to brown. If you ever see brown for a record color. Okay, and I'm sure you guys have heard the ditty, right? Who's not heard the
I've heard
ditty?
it.
There's an appropriate one, but then I also have an inappropriate one. Hold on one second.
My bad, I'm sorry.
Just throw it at her. I'm in.
I don't want him to be stagnant either. Can he come in here while you do the thing? That way y'all can be EP, but at the same time,
He can learn.
whatever y'all need, he can help out.
Yeah, he's been learning anyways.
Yeah.
It's the inappropriate one, but it works.
Right.
Oh God, you got that big white bitch pregnant. Run.
So question for you. My last 4 is 8570. So what do you think will be the color of my records? Hmm?
Anyway.
My last 4 is 8570. So what do you think will be the color of my medical records? Yeah.
Just remember the number starts at 0. That's what throws people off. Don't start at 1, start at 0.
Yeah. Medical records form. So whenever you have the medical records, all the forms in medicine, they have a part that each of them go. You just don't throw like everything at one place. they have divided the records into 4 parts, and every form have where it should go. So for the part 1, what goes in there is your NAVMED 61550. That's the summary of care form. All your ends, your registration record, they all go into part 1. All your I stuff, your audiogram stuff, they all go into
Pay
part 1.
attention to the word that's right up here, right? So it says preventive medicine and OC health. So this is literally what I call your Prev Med section of your record jacket. Anything Prev Med related or OC health related goes right in this section, right?
Then the part 2. The part 2 is where they have your SF 522, 523, your SF 600. They all go into part 2. So, but basically part 2 is everything. Everything about your care, they all go into the part 2.
So medical treatment, any kind of treatment you receive, even if it's you're dying or dead, is going in section 2.
Including like care plans.
Yeah. So because section 3 that he'll go over, the easy way to differentiate between 2 and 3 is your physical exams or readiness go in section 3. So you got treatment in 2, and then physical exam / readiness in 3.
So, okay. And with 4 is all your labs, your X-ray, your if they do any tissue exams, your EKG, they all go into your part 4.
Which that one just makes sense, right? Anything ancillary related will go there. And then I'm not going to go on right now. I'm going to let him teach. But later on, I have a way that I remember the records I post in the classroom. So it's like it's a story. So basically, walking a patient from start to finish, it will go in order for all the forms. So that way, at least you have a general idea where it's going to fall in that story. So you're not guessing way off with your form number for that specific procedure or whatever is being requested.
So, does anybody have any questions up to you on this point? So now, what about your dental record? So with that one too, they also have the same part 1, part 2, part 3, and part 4, and every part has what goes in there. So with dental records, the part 1 is your unmounted radiographs, your bite-to-bite radiographs, and your all your full mouth radiograph. It all goes into part 1. Then the part 2 is the dental health questionnaire. The part 3 is the dental exam form, your dental examination report. And part 4 is your current dental service forms, your dental records and forms, SF 502, 513, 509, SF 515, 522.
So the two that you're going to get confused on, so I'm going to tell you now, are those Easy 603s. There is a difference, okay? Easy 603 is the physical exam form. So when you come in for your annual exam, they are filling an Easy 603. Any treatment you get based off of that, just like an SF 600, is going to be on your Easy 603 Alpha, okay? So the Alpha is for treatment. Just the 603 alone is your exam. And all those other forms that are mentioned at the bottom are like basically if you have an operation. So you have your request for anesthesia, which is your SF 522. You got your consultation sheet, which is SF 513. SF 509, I believe, is progress notes. I don't remember what the 502 or 515, but it's all related to some sort of extra procedure that you're getting in that process. That's why those forms are listed there.
Does anybody have any question for me?
Again, which instructions does this branch off to? Okay, what is the P117? What is it? Yes, Manual of Medicine. So it literally is just the detailed way on how we do each of our services in the Navy. That's why you have an FMF chapter, a pharmacy chapter, forms and reports, records, physical exams. It just gives an in-depth, detailed process on how we do each and individual thing we have going on with medical. That's why it's the Manual of Medicine.